Hello and welcome to Old Ways Gardening and Prepping. My name is Teresa. I would like to welcome you into the kitchen this evening because the loud mouth next door won't be quiet and you can't hear them in here. So tonight we're going to be making up a very important salve. So let's get to talking about the salve a little bit. Here I have a beautiful jar of chickweed salve, a very misunderstood, important medicinal. Most gardeners just go crazy and try to pull it up and destroy it all without realizing that it's not only medicinal, it's very edible and good for you. Now, this chickweed salve is going to be a very important salve for bug bites, um, inflammation, like around your joints, um, wounds that don't like to heal, and especially wounds that unfortunately have pus in them. Also, um, rashes and several other very important things. And I will have more information in the description box below the video. And it is extremely high in vitamins and minerals as well. So, now, of course, me being me, it's always going to be a double batch. So, I will have the single batch recipe in the description box below. And I did gather the chickweed, and it is organic because it grows on my property. And always before. Now, of course, this is chickweed infused olive oil. So, because you can't squeeze the chickweed and make oil from it. So, and like I said, I'm doing a double batch. So, I'm going to want 2 cups of the infused chickweed oil. And I'm going to be using a impromptu double boiler. This one that I have is way too big to do smaller batches. So I have this saucepan, it's filled halfway up with cold water, and I'm going to use this pan to mix the salve in. I'm not extremely worried about getting every bit of it out because I'm going to be pouring the hot salve mix back into the measuring cup. Okay, now to this, I'm going to want to add 4 ounces. And I zeroed my bowl out. I forgot double batch, so I need 4 ounces. And you always want to use the yellow natural beeswax. The white beeswax has been bleached, and it's healthier for you if you use the yellow. And sorry, y'all. That was the lid on the oil. And that is 4 ounces. cut off now. There we go. You want to make sure you get all your beeswax into your pan. Now I'm going to be using 4, because it's a double batch, of 1000 IU vitamin E capsules. The vitamin E not only helps heal the skin and the wounds, but it also is a preservative for the salve. You want to cut a little hole and squeeze each of the vitamin E caplets into the pan. Now, if you wanted to, you could use a heat-proof glass bowl on top of that. I've also just mixed it into the measuring cup and set it in the pan as well. And this is just a single plant infused oil salve, because it's an important salve to have in your medicine cabinet. Alright, I'm fixing to take this over to the stove, and as soon as all of the beeswax pellets are melted and mixed in real well, I will bring y'all back and we're going to make some salve. I'm going to get everything set up, clean this up, set up my tins, and I'll see you back here in a little bit. Okay, the salve has melted and the beeswax has mixed in with the oil and the vitamin E oil. And while I'm pouring, I'll tell you, I caught myself at the stove. I knew something didn't sound right. And yeah, I got my mixture very messed up. It goes to show that even I make mistakes, because I'm human. Instead of making a double batch, I ended up having to make a very quick quadruple batch. I had to, because I didn't catch myself when I measured out 4 ounces of beeswax, because the rule of thumb is 1 ounce of beeswax to every cup of infused oil. And yeah, I only put 2 cups of infused oil in the pan, not 4. So yeah, so I had to put another 2 cups of chickweed oil in and 4 more vitamin E capsules. But I got it took care of. Now I tend to fill up my tins more than most people do, because I like my customers to get what they pay for. You want to get all your salve oil out of the pan. And this last 10 will be for us. Uh-oh. Well, and that 10 of salve will be for our use. And so is this little one. This is why you don't get in a hurry and you don't make batches, uh, giant batches of salve. That's why I try to keep it at double batches. That way I don't make mistakes. Nothing wrong with this. Alrighty, I'm gonna let these completely cool and I will bring you right back. See you here in a little bit. Well, they have cooled down completely. They are cold, so they have finished. Thanks to my mistake, I now have a good stock of Chickweed Salve. You know that they have cooled. You can feel them completely around. They're cold. And it's a good consistency. And this is my 10 that I'll be keeping for us. Nice. And you see how it just melts right in. Good consistency. Okay. Now, time to put the lids on. And make sure that your lids go on correctly. Simple, easy, anybody can do this. You just have to believe in yourself, have the supplies, and be willing to harvest the chickweed springtime into early summer. A lot of times when it starts getting really hot, the chickweed disappears. I'm going to get these lids on and I'll bring y'all right back. All right, I have 16 tins of chickweed salve and one to put away for us. Simple, easy, homemade, and yes, you can do it yourself. It's not that hard to do. And just make sure you know your calculations. I don't know what I was thinking. Apparently, I have too much on my mind. But I fixed it, and everything's fine. The salve is good and solid, but not hard as a rock. And you want to make sure that they are completely cold and set before you ever put your lid on, because you do not want condensation to happen in your tins. So now all I have to do is let these cure for a day or two, because I like to let them sit up for a while. But here in a bit, I'm going to go print my labels for them. So I'm set on chickweed salve for a while. Apparently, it's going to be needed, or I wouldn't have messed up and made that much. There's always a reason behind everything for happening. I hope this video encourages you to also make your own salves, or seek those out who do, so you can stock your supplies. Everyone, take care. Have a blessed day. Stay safe and sound out there. Remember, stock your pantries with food that will sustain and nourish you. Medicines that will actually heal you. Protection and the absolute bare necessities for you to survive what's coming. I look forward to seeing y'all in my next video, and may you each be blessed. Hoot hoot. Y'all take care.